How we doing?
Very, very good. I still having so much fun with this stream deck, just making noises.
Making noises. Yes, you and your trying to make yourself sexier.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Welcome everyone. Welcome to another stream. Another Wednesday, another stream we're gonna talk about. Like
Another
I wasn't
beautiful
gonna
day.
I wasn't gonna keep talking about AI, but it seems like every single day something new is coming.
It's hard not to. It's hard not to keep talking about it.
It's just insane. It's insanity. It's
I mean, it's very quickly coming to dominate our lives. So
well
we
yeah.
might as well talk about it.
In 12 months it's
Oh my God. Yeah. It's only been 3 months. What's it
yeah.
going to look like in 12?
Can you
Three
imagine
months
what
to change the
yeah,
world.
what 12 months of this will look like? When does it plateau? When does it level off?
Probably when humans are completely removed from the equation.
Because I know like Google was a big thing, but then after a while it's just we just Google things, right? you
It
know
just
we
becomes normal.
we didn't think about when Yahoo search, nobody cared about that. Ask Jeeves, nobody cared about that.
Hey, I had a soft spot in my heart for Ask Jeeves.
Yeah, but all of those things just kind of went away on the wayside, and we don't think about that because everything becomes normalized so fast.
It's true. That's true. And I mean, at this point, there's probably more people who have never heard of Ask Jeeves before than people who have.
Yeah, it's odd, right? Like I'm like, man, Ask Jeeves used to shit. That's before Chat GPT. That used to be the place where you would ask questions.
People's memory is short. The memory of the human race is very, very short.
Yeah, so it's
Can't
just
remember. I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday.
I can't either. Actually, I'm not sure what I had for breakfast yesterday.
I just
Um,
spoke to a buddy of mine in Thailand who's yo, what's up, Daryl Long? Welcome, welcome. He's a teacher in Thailand. And he was like, I can tell my students are already using ChatGPT because I had students who last week they could barely put sentences together, and now they're handing in immaculate essays.
and like, so I like your perspective on Nietzsche's finds of spirituality and oneself, but the assignment was what you did just last summer. So
Yeah,
I'm
exactly,
just saying, did you
exactly.
write this?
Yeah.
Because well, my daughter's nonstop. She turned in. Nobody at the schools even checked for that because she did her assignment. She was the top essay on the Civil War. I'm like, yeah, but she was.
I bet.
I'm like,
But
yeah, well, it's no. I refuse to let my daughter be left behind. She's
hey, man, I hope all I can hope is that people take my advice when I tell them to make it a part of their life.
and they need to, and especially now that Bing is integrating that, it's going to become part of everybody's lives.
I mean, I learned to code like 2.5 years ago at this point, and I thought that I would be pretty much the last cohort of developers, but I think you will be in the last cohort of
Mhm.
developers because I think by the time I'd say in a couple of months from now you'll have your first development job, and 6 months from then, probably around the time you'll be looking for a new job, is at that point it's going to be very difficult to justify beginning that process. People will think to themselves, should I learn how to code? And then the answer to that question is going to be like, well, can you distinguish yourself from ChatGPT and people who are using that? It's like, well, not really.
Hey, together. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Hope you enjoy the show. You know, and yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's great that you're dabbling with AI. I think everybody should.
Yeah. Thank you for
Um,
subscribing.
but I think, see, I think this will be a little longer because I think ChatGPT and those places. I think there's going to become the new Chat Overflow, Stack Overflow.
Stack
Instead of
Overflow.
it should be a Chat Overflow. There's still so much that it makes people learn faster, make it more efficient.
That is
But implementation, testing, nuance, understanding on, especially so libraries are not it. There's a lot. I mean, you understand. There's a lot of things on it that you just can't do right now.
And I think in the near future, it's going to be able to overcome those nuances. I think in the near future, you'll be able to integrate it into your VS Code, but it's not just going to sit there passively. It's going to actively look at your entire project, the entire tech stack, and then it's going to use that context to answer questions. Like, for example, when I was using it to write those codes or the test scripts, it had no idea what the context was. So it was using technology that couldn't fit into our tech stack. And so I ended up spending just as much time revising ChatGPT's
Mhm.
code as it would have taken me to just write the code from scratch. However, in the future, that's definitely going to be solved. It's going to be able to look at the entire project.
Yeah, but yeah, and I think we have some. I think we have a lot of time before that, because I think it's just going to become an actual co-pilot. It's going to be
Yeah.
an actual co-pilot on it. So you're looking at. I don't think they're going to need to diminish. If anything, it'll incentivize to add more um, developers, because then you can do way
Possibly.
more to see how farther ahead you can do. Because now you can do so much more.
Well, that's a sort of a double edged sword because if everyone suddenly is 100 times more productive than they were before, it really doesn't incentivize companies to take a chance on entry level engineers anymore because you're going to be as an entry level engineer you're going to be useless for at least a couple months, especially if you're not terribly familiar with the tech stack. Like for example, if you've got 6 months of experience in JavaScript and then you get hired onto a React and Node project, you're going to be at least a month or two before you're contributing meaningfully to the project.
But I think entry level developers are going to be not the same anymore. You don't have entry level developers who've already created full stack applications. I've got like 4 or 5 full stack applications I've already developed. I'm using either MongoDB, using React, the Django, so that used to it wasn't the thing 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that debugging is going to be a big problem. Have you researched tech debt yet? And are you familiar with the term?
no.
Okay, so technical debt is anytime you develop code and the code isn't as efficient as it could be or as it should be, anytime you push to production commented code, anytime something is redundant, anytime
Mm.
something should be componentized but it is not, uh, there's lots of things that can be considered tech debt. But as you build a project, you accrue this debt. Testing that's not done, but that should be automated. Unit tests and end-to-end testing. So as you get deeper and deeper into a project, and you're, let's say, you got a big team, a dozen people working on some project for a couple of years, and you end up with hundreds of thousands of lines of code, you end up with tech debt that's almost unassailable. Like you don't even know where to begin. Like, how do we
Mm.
begin to fix this problem? And there's a very there's a very good chance that if you just unleash a bunch of low level engineers, entry level engineers with ChatGPT, they're just going to uh, increase the rate at which tech debt is accumulated, and it's going to have a
Yeah,
runaway effect. I bet.
but I think as it progresses, I think it'll do the opposite. You're just going to turn on Visual Studio, which now is going to be the back end. It's all done by ChatGPT, a version of 4 or 5 or Codex on there, and it's just going to start like before you hit on there. It's going to be like, oh, do you want to ensure that the code is optimized? Uh, are we running? You hit as you hit it, it's just going to automatically do all the testing, optimization, cleaning
So, what
before
do
it,
you need a team of engineers for then?
because the building part on it, because right now it still can't technically um, create on,
Yeah,
because we're optimizing on it, like doing the optimization, the test on it. That's not the biggest. It's important, but that's not the biggest part of the actual project. It's the building of it itself.
yeah. I I don't know. I can't help but my gut tells me that big companies will continue hiring just because they have such a large turnover. I think like medium and small companies though, they already don't want to hire entry level devs. It's almost like, the hardest part of the entire industry is getting your first job. It's more difficult than even studying the code. Getting a company to take a chance on you, and knowing that they're going to lose money for at least a few months. And even when you are productive and you're contributing meaningfully, you're probably contributing code that's so low quality, someone's going to have to come back and rewrite it in the future. And so they're taking a huge risk hiring entry level devs. They're almost certainly losing money depending on the timeline, how long the dev is there. If they're there for a few years, then the company will will recoup their investment. But most devs leave after the first year, which you should, because they're not going to give you a raise commensurate with your experience. And so you go from your first job to your second job, and you make an 80% raise in one day, uh, and the company's just never going to be able to compete with that. And that's part of the reason that they can't retain people. But the point I'm getting at is it's going to be more incentive than ever before to not hire entry level devs and to just look for one senior dev. And now that senior dev is just going to be expected to be orders of magnitude more productive than they were before. Hello, Mona. How you
Hello,
doing?
Mona. Yeah, but just like yes, please like the video, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Mona. Thank you.
But just like and you said it. Well, they're gonna be expected to. But what happens when you turn people and give them that whole? Well, you're expected to do it. Right? They say no, especially when you're like. I mean, like, yeah, we're gonna have to ask you to do. Well, we have 5 people to do on it. They're gonna be like, no. If you don't like it, go hire 5
That is a
entry
really good point.
entry devs. People at that level, see, people at that level, they know they have all the cards.
Yes, that's a really good point. If you're that senior dev
Yeah,
and you're working for a medium sized company and you're the only developer and you're doing the job of 10 people, but you're using ChatGPT, so you're still probably working less than you were before,
yeah,
you would probably have an incredible bargaining power at the company. You would
and
probably
yeah,
be able to just tell them to go fuck themselves when they ask you to do
yeah,
something that you don't want to do.
and if
Because
you only have
how are
one,
they going to
yeah,
replace you? It's more difficult than ever before.
and then what? And be like, okay, guys, okay, fire me. I'm also your only dev. Go right ahead. You could be like, tell them, yeah, fire me right now. The
No one
project,
else even has credentials to the database.
yeah. Do you even know how to log in? It's like, do you know what Visual Studio is? Do
Or
you know what GitHub is?
do you even know how this code was written?
Yes.
Because
You know what language?
I'm in my third year in the industry, and it's it's very easy for me to go to ChatGPT, ask it for something, and it gives me back code that's better than the code I would have written.
Yeah,
It's using like things like hash maps and sets and things like this, that binary trees that I know of in theory. When
yeah,
it comes to like algorithm challenges, I vaguely understand how these things work, but I don't use them in my day-to-day code because unnecessary. It's like you know killing a unicorn with a bomb.
yeah. So I think,
It's fishing with dynamite. It's totally unnecessary. But
yeah, and
from the perspective of ChatGPT, it's no sweat off its ass to use the most extreme methods available. And so if you have an entire platform that's built like that, if you have a 250,000 lines of code that's all written at that level, no developer is going to be able to just walk right into that.
yeah, and at the same, so that's what I'm saying. At the same time, I tried. More said, I just tried to use ChatGPT. I have to get back on there and mess around with it. Actually, especially with the Plus, ChatGPT Plus,
Yeah, I
so
think it's
much
what
faster.
$20 a month.
Yeah,
It's totally worth it.
totally worth it. It's $20 and it's so fast. You get more lines of it. It's just an amazing thing. But yeah, it's the nuance here is that like they can't just say, oh well, let's strip half of our force. And I mean, like, okay, then you have the other half who will be like, you do realize if we all leave, you have nothing.
Yeah. And so like I don't recommend anybody do this, but this is just a part of the industry, is that slighted developers will often undermine the company.
Yeah.
So there's a great story. I don't know if you ever heard this, but a guy, uh, yo, what's up, Bronzebeard or Bronze
So
Bird?
CSS
Welcome
and
back.
HTML basic. That's it. That's all you need.
Working on the scripting for my content. I'll check that out. Thanks, fellas. Absolutely, Mona.
Actually,
Yeah,
yeah, it really does help with the scripting. At least it'll give you a nice little breakdown. It gives you some ideas too. Even if you don't use them, it'll give you some good ideas on what to
yeah,
do on it,
and
which I think, yeah,
and you can ask it to iterate. If it gives you a script and you're like, it needs to be funnier, ask it to rewrite it and make it funnier, more
yeah,
jokes.
yeah, and then
Uh,
you,
there's a great story of a developer who was asked to make a website, made a website, and the person refused to pay him. And he was like, "Okay, I'm going to report you for not paying me, but I'll give you a week." And every day of the week, he went into the back end and he changed the transparency, and the site slowly began fading away. Every day it faded away a little bit more, and on the last day there was nothing left. It's great.
yeah, yeah, well, and that again, it's like all this. I mean, come on, all the senior people, they have no idea how anything works.
No, nobody does.
Do you think at this point, Jeff Bezos has absolutely no idea how the website,
No,
Amazon Web Services, none of that works.
maybe Zuckerberg. I think he's like a really diehard engineer. Uh,
Yeah.
Elon Musk can probably still code,
Yes,
but
he
most
does.
of
Yeah.
them cannot.
I
Like
mean,
I wonder when the last time Bill Gates coded anything.
Google had to actually ask their OGs to come back and to look
Yeah, I
at the
saw.
stuff
Yeah,
because they're like, can you look at this? And they're like, are you serious? Like, I bet you, I'm like, what am I paying all you guys for?
yeah, calling them
Uh,
the old guard.
yeah. Can you
And
imagine how pissed off they are? Like, I have to code again?
well, can you imagine how old that code is for them to come in and recognize it? It's like, is that really the same code that they wrote 20 years ago?
Probably.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably like, guys, really? I should have no idea. I should have no idea what I'm looking at right now. None. I should just be like, what is this? It should be alien language for me. And that's the problem. That's why I think that's why I say until the entire old guard, until we have the new generation who are sitting on the top, who have all messed around with JavaScript, React, all of this stuff when they're going, yeah, who really understands implementation.
Well,
It's
it's not even like our whole generation is tech savvy.
no,
Most of the people my age don't know shit about computers.
but the generation, my kids, they're tech savvy. My
Maybe
daughter, she's 5. She's got a Chromebook. She knows how to use that extremely well.
on the user end, I definitely believe it. Yeah, they're very, very user savvy. They pick up technology very well.
Yeah, and that's what they pick up. They pick it up like that. You
Yeah,
know, like you probably pick up technology faster than I can, just because there's a 10-year gap
yeah.
between us on there. One says, "What do you guys think about students using ChatGPT for their work?" I think 100% they should.
Yeah, and it's inevitable. I mean, it's like even if you're a teacher and you don't like it, there's nothing you can do about it.
Hmm. It just they're learning faster too, and I think schools are. Let's just be serious. They're old. They're not really providing any actual real benefit. Um, and I think, yeah, most schools are just daycare centers.
Well, like they're so wildly out of touch with what's actually practically important.
Hmm.
When I was young, probably the most practical thing school could have taught us is like how to do your taxes, how does starting a business work, health and nutrition, what jobs actually pay well and
Hmm.
scale well. What is inflation? How does it work, and how is it going to affect us going forward? Simple stuff like this would have been what we should have learned, but it was all bullshit. So
Yeah, and I think in some like I'm actually I'm in the South, so I'm in a very red area. So my kid's middle school, one of her classes is agriculture, learning about how plants, food, they're all those plays on it. Another class actually business. She actually had to develop a business plan. What is a business? How to run it? What is a loan? Paying off the loan on it. They did a contrast about getting a job. How much the job costs. So, okay, well they think the average is 46,000. Okay, can you live in the neighborhood that your parents are living at with that much money at this moment?
that's
And it
good.
broke,
That's good
and they
for them to
start.
know that.
Oh, they started breaking it down. My daughter saw it, she's like, "How do you survive?" And I'm like,
Immediate judgment from your
"Yes."
daughter.
And it's
Dad,
like,
why aren't you making more money?
"Yeah, no, seriously." It's like, "How do you survive?" And I'm like, "Now you know." My dad.
Ruthless.
Yeah. Oh yeah, completely. She's starting to understand. My children are 10, and 8. My 10-year-old sons are coding, and my and are advanced on the user end. My 8-year-old is researching and doing all. Yes, that they should
That's
all.
awesome.
Yes, that's completely. More your kids are gonna be in the top. They need to be doing that. Yeah, from now. Oh yeah, all
Yes.
throughout.
Yes. You're setting them up for
Yeah,
success.
coding and like learn how to code for Roblox games and Minecraft. The easier, more fun way to do it. It's the
Exactly.
same. It's the same thing. It's the same
Exactly.
thing. They're just go have them get really into that on it. They'll be, making six figures easily by the time like they're out of high school. Easily on it. Their imagination is going to be on something else, and they're going to be So that's something they're not going to learn in schools. And yeah, schools are glorified babysitters. They're not going to learn coding unless they're in a private school. Guess what? That's what private schools are teaching the kids how to code. How to start businesses. What are taxes? What are loans? All those things. And they'll never teach that in the public school because we are fodder. That's what we are. So they
Yes.
can't have that. So you need to ensure that they have their hands on the great equalizer that is ChatGPT.
So Roblox uses Lua, which is a simplified coding language, and Lua is very similar to Python.
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
about that. Yeah,
And Python is very similar to C.
it's actually
And
it's a
so you,
derived. It's actually derived from C.
yeah, right, yeah. And so you have this stepping stone up to. You could start by making Roblox games, then pretty soon you're developing in Unity
Hmm.
right through. Because I think Unity is C or
Yeah,
C sharp.
and well now they're using Python to develop in Unity.
Oh yeah,
Their library, yes,
nice.
yes.
Python's a beautiful language.
Most backends are because I'm learning on my backend certification. It's all Python and the young Django. AWS is run on Python
Hmm.
mainly. So most people are doing away with C and C sharp
Yeah.
because they don't want to do memory management.
Well, and look at the prevalence of JavaScript. Just because you can have one language for the front end and the back end and all the packages, the
Hmm.
entire
Yeah,
tech stack can be JavaScript. So that simplifies things. Even though JavaScript is a pain in the ass language to learn,
yeah,
well, I mean, it's just not user friendly. It
uh,
doesn't
yeah,
matter if you can eliminate all these other problems.
yeah. No, absolutely. We teach them about investing, taxes, etc. Yeah, Python Unity, man, all day, all day, all day.
That's fantastic.
You have no
Yeah, you,
idea how far ahead your kids are going to be.
yeah, for real. Your kids are doing better than most college kids right now.
Yes, where they're just doing nothing, just drinking and prawn.
Yeah, or they're chasing their passion, right? I want to be the best frisbee golf player in the world.
Their passion, their passion. Their passion. They just want to be on TikTok because it's easy.
I just want to play hacky sack.
Yeah, it's like how about you just make your first $1 million and then play hacky sack all you want. How about that?
Oh God, one of the greatest dangers, isn't that? I think that was Mark Twain that said that is to not do what you want to do today on the gamble that you can pay to have the freedom to do what you want to do later.
And that is a gamble. You're
A
right.
hell of a gamble.
It's a hell of a gamble.
Yeah.
But man, what a gamble it is.
Well, if it pays off, then yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, working yourself to death. That's really sort of the standard human experience. So can't be too upset about that if everything fails and you don't end up successful.
Yeah, I wish I would have pursued a STEM field in college. Yes, I also wish I would have stayed. I started in the science. I wish I would have stayed in coding. I wish I never dropped out. I'll be making more money than Chad right now.
I agree. I agree. I went to school for art. I got a sculpture degree, and
How's that working out? How did that work out for you?
now I'm an engineer, so it didn't work
Yeah.
out.
If I would have stayed, and I had the chance to, people were talking about Java. I remember in high school, 1999, people were talking about JavaScript. And I said, Java? No, no, no. Java's a new thing. It's taking over the web. Like what? You mean like HTML? I mean, where you from, man? No, no, man. I'm gonna learn C.
What conditional rendering? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Because at the time I was learning COBOL, and I was gonna go to C, not C sharp. C.
Mm,
Talking about 99 here, folks.
based.
God, I wish I would go back to high school and punch myself in the face, going, "Stay, code now. Shut the hell up. Eat tuna and code.
Oh God,
Turn off EverQuest. Uninstall it. You will code day in and day out."
I just had a couple of cans of tuna fish for breakfast. It was great.
Yeah, man. I should have made my own burgers today.
Oh, nice. Do you grill them?
Oh, no, no, just no, in the stove.
Okay, nice.
I'm poor. I don't have a grill. I am poor.
Yeah,
I
poor
have a
people love
stove.
grills.
I have a stove. I can't afford no
It's
charcoal.
just a piece of metal in a basin, and they can put their trash under it, and you can use the trash as hot embers.
A Mona, uh, it is never you know late to start in tech. Never.
Yes.
Don't say it. I work dead end jobs, and I am learning. I'm going back to my roots because I started in HTML1. There was no CSS back then. And you
Yep.
know what? I'm learning. I've done several full stack projects. I've used and I'm doing more and more on it. I'm learning. I have a Meta front end certification. I'm doing the back end certification on there. I got the AWS Cloud Practitioner or Architecture certification on it. Don't Hey, us old fogies can still learn some stuff. All right.
Yeah. The mentality is the only thing that's going to hold you back.
Yeah.
You have to understand how perishable these skills are, and anyone who's not actively studying, they basically go all the way. Their skills drop to zero in a very short amount of time. I mean, I've noticed that since I work in consulting, I use different technology on each project. I'll switch from one technology to another, and just 6 months later, I can barely remember that other one, even though I put in hundreds of hours into that other one. Now, you do pick it up faster. So,
Yeah.
like my current project's React, it only took me a couple weeks to shake off the rust, and then now I'm back to developing.
Yeah, I remember uh, doing Python for a while, and then having to go back to React. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need a second to center myself.
Or dumbing down. That's really
Yeah,
frustrating. They had me when I first joined this company. They had me work on a Power Apps project. You know what that is? Like
no, what is that?
Power BI and Power Automate and stuff. It's all drag and drop solutions, no code.
Ooh.
And it felt like such a waste of time. They only had me on that for like 2 months, thank God. Um, it felt like such a waste of time. And there were options, funny enough, there were options in it where you could choose to write code if you'd prefer that. But it was such like a limited environment because you're playing in the browser. It's basically like WordPress, but for Microsoft.
Oh, and what is it? What did it have you do that for?
We were doing it as business intelligence solutions, so
Oh,
that it was actually a contract for the FDA, so that big shots at the FDA could aggregate huge amounts of data into simple visual cues and then bring that to big shots during like presentations and whatnot.
But
So we
couldn't
were building an application that would aggregate data.
but you could just do a data lake in AWS, funnel
Oh,
through, and make
oh,
it do charge for it.
there were much better solutions
I'm like, why are
available
they doing that?
because
What are they doing? They
it's
just
the government, and the government doesn't do anything intelligently,
that doesn't make any sense. I could just build them an entire thing on AWS and going, and then
bro.
you just
It's
filter whatever you want or make your chart.
the tip of the not making sense iceberg is what we're talking about here. None of this makes sense.
Oh God, I fucking love the government. God damn.
It's bullshit. If you ever wonder where your money goes when you're paying the taxes, it
I
goes
don't want to.
fucking nowhere. That's where it
I
just gets burned.
yeah, I don't want to because of that. I feel like I'm gonna get angry if I do
Yeah.
that. So I have a. They gave me early access to the new Bing powered. So I wouldn't. Yeah, just want to kind of just put it out here and just kind of play around with it and see. And there's a couple of things that you could see. See like the Chat GPT side of it right here. You know how this side in Google is just ads, more ad stuff on it. But now because they don't have ads hardly any, they just pretty much just give you a um, space just for their chat box, and you could so that you could actually get all the way down and it remembers. So you could, and if you want to, you could chat with it as well. So I don't know. Let's just try out some. What do you want to like? What's a good thing to search on for instead of using Google? Use Bing. Like I don't know what to search for.
Do you think it can do a trip itinerary yet?
Yeah. What kind of for a
Okay.
trip for where?
Okay. Put in that I want to do a trip to Mongolia,
Okay.
and I would like this trip to include. Shit, I don't know. I'm just making shit up here. Let's do like Mongolia. Let's do. I want to see St. Petersburg. I want to see Rome. I want to see Malta.
Mongolia. What else?
Okay, yeah. Take away Mongolia, right? Trip that includes
Okay.
St. Petersburg, Rome, and Malta.
In Malta.
Malta, I think.
Oh, Malta. For how many days?
Let's do it a 3-week trip, a week in each place.
Nice. Let's put on the chat. So I got okay. So I got this right here. So now, so we got that, and then let's do it on the chat. Let's see. I like how it says it's scanning. Okay, so it's looking for this, and we're also gonna look on there. Hello, this is Bing, and there he goes on week. So 1 week in Rome, Petersburg, 7 days. Yeah, it's going at it. So let's zoom in a little bit. So according to the web results, so we got 1 week in Rome, the best itinerary to visit 32 places. So this itinerary covers the main attractions of Rome. So it give you can go here and give you the to do that as well on it. Then it's got a 7 itinerary, 1 week in Moscow and St. Petersburg. This itinerary covers highlights, so it gives you places to click on it, and also perfect 7 day Malta travel itinerary for 2022. So this itinerary covers the best places to visit in Malta and then Rome. So it says best times to visit this destination vary depending on the weather. So it gives you even times on the season, like March and May, September and October is the best time to active adventures and events in Malta. So it even gives you like what's the best time frames. June and August apparently are the best, are the most popular for St. Petersburg. April, May, September, and October are also the best time for visiting Rome. So I guess you could, so looking like September and October, it's actually the best time for all of them
Now I want it to give me some price predictions.
for everything.
Yeah, like what's the total trip gonna cost, and how's that gonna be? How's that gonna break down?
Okay, so okay, a breakdown on cost. Let's see. And so yeah, so it's looking for,
Wow,
yeah. How long would it take you to find this
this
in
would be
Google right now?
this would be days of research
You
figuring
could,
out.
yeah. Look at my look. It's giving it even it gave me on rubles. It gave me on the different currency as well. Oh, and
What
also
did that say? To go from St. Petersburg to Malta is only $170.
yes, or 12,684 rubles.
That's the cheapest way. I
And the
wonder.
quickest way takes just 12 hours. It even the time. You could literally look at everything. Yeah, so
Girl,
it's
there's a first aid. There's a first aid kit in there. Give me a band-aid.
are you dying? I
No,
need
no, I'll
a
be
Band-Aid.
fine.
Are you sure? I don't want you to
Yeah.
die on. So, but look at that. Look at just look at that.
Bathroom in the closet. Sliced my finger open earlier, and now I'm dripping.
I'm telling you, there's something about you every time. But it gives you also other options. Like, can you show me some deals on those trips? Can you tell me more about the attractions?
Thank you.
Some other follow up questions as well. But look at that. Look how easy this was. What would you ever want to? And it still need. It gives you also like, okay, here's that. Oh, by the way, here, just click right here, and then you have the 1 week in Rome. So it kind of like does all the work for you. See the website where you're gonna get it from right here. Travel packages. Boom. Go here. You get everything you need.
Do you think that this will do bookings as well soon?
Yes, they do. They did say. Oh, hey, Mona, we're actually using the new Bing powered by ChatGPT 4. I got early access to it, so I'm out here showing that off on there. I think this is going to be not just the new future, but it's going to destroy Google as we know it because it can't do this. And one of the things that this show was eventually it will do the booking for you. Obviously, it doesn't have access to it because it'll need access to your credit card information. Access, so it needs it'll start slowly start integrating things. I think they're going to use because right here you see that I'm logged in myself. Um, so eventually you just log into your payment on there. It will eventually.
And do you think? I bet that's going to be a huge revenue stream for Microsoft and OpenAI, because I bet these big companies, places like Kayak and United or whatever, they're going to probably have to sign a contract to have ChatGPT interact with them and use them as a booking platform.
Well, you know how there's there's each one has their own little like it uses PayPal, it uses Google authentication, all that stuff on it. This one will have it. It uses OpenAI subscription, whatever stuff, blah blah blah, on there. So it'll be integrated with ChatGPT. It will eventually. It's gonna. That's a general, So you could tell them, hey, how many DoorDash, all the places, and be like, integrated. So you could say, hey, I'm hungry, I want this. Okay, and they'll do it for you.
I'm so glad I was born in this time and not 1,000 years ago.
Right? No, it's and I mean, so it like why would you ever want to do a regular search again?
I mean, there's swinging an axe at people. There's a simplicity to that life, but
Yeah, yeah,
hey, no
it's
problem, Mona.
and anytime like at any time if you want to do regular search, you can. You can if you want to, but there's a button right here. I want to go to chats, and then it just changes into a chat. So I think that's the key. That's really the key that you can go back. You can go back and forth to it, and
Okay, let's test how biased it is.
woo, it's very biased. It is extremely biased. So let's go.
Ask it how many genders there are.
All right, you don't get me banned from here.
Oh, wait, that's the tip of the iceberg.
How many genders are there? See what it says. You have to sign up and to be on the wait list on the site. See, that's a good question, and there's not an easy answer.
I
According to
like that
the
response.
is one's internal sense of self. Yeah, so cisgender, transgender, non-binary, gender fluid, gender queer, agender, intersex, gender not conforming. These are just some, and it was okay. Now, so technically, it is. This is not live for everybody. This is just being rolled out. I've been on the. I'm one of those people that immediately goes into wait list, and I told her I was I told him I was a developer. So,
Nice.
eh.
Okay, next question. Did Jeffrey Epstein kill himself?
Oh boy, dude.
Because I'm trying to present these as people would present Google searches. Like, did Epstein kill himself? Let's see.
Searching. That's a very controversial and sensitive topic. According to web results, the official verdict is that he killed himself in a jail cell.
Hung himself with a bed
However,
sheet for
some
trafficking.
people have doubted the official verdict. He said, I cannot confirm or deny. I cannot confirm or deny the allegations.
Yeah, it talks like a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please be careful and respectful when discussing this topic. They may be absurd or triggering to some people. Okay.
Did human beings go to the moon? What's something that you think it would lie about?
Um, you are not alone. You're experiencing difficulty.
What was that?
I don't know. Oh, because it talks about suicide.
Oh, weird.
Wow,
Interesting.
it gave you a little. Um, yes, human beings have been to the moon.
Okay. Okay. Stop responding. All right. Who killed JFK? Biased. That's right, Mona.
That is a very controversial and sensitive topic. According to the result, the official Lee Harvey Oswald. CIA, the mafia, the Cuban government. Now, ask him a red pill question.
Yes.
So,
Let's see. Why do women like tall men? Or do prefer instead of like? It's going to be like height is a social construct.
I think I got a pretty good. That's a general and subjective topic.
Ooh.
Evolutionary reasons, high preference. I mean, that's not very, but
It doesn't have any strong opinions,
no, it
which
does
is
not.
probably a good thing,
Yeah,
but also it's like a little bit soft,
and
a little bit
here's
weak.
videos on why the women prefer tall men,
Oh,
all
dude,
by
that's a
women.
new meta right there. Try to show up in those preferred videos.
Yes, look at this. Look at this.
I
All
wonder if
from
those are
YouTube.
advertised. Oh,
No, those are
well,
YouTube videos.
yeah, but look at who's making them. It's like Vice
Not all of it because
and
this one
stuff.
is that whatever.
Straight talk.
Yeah, this is just a who is that? I don't even know who that is. Like, so they're not all. This was
They're not
made
all
put
mainstream
down
media.
this was done an hour ago. This was put down an hour ago.
Wow, that's actually pretty
So
impressive.
that's a meta right here. Like that's
That is meta.
so do an actual red pill. What is it that I asked earlier that he gave me some really. Oh, because I wanted to check this out. Why should men? Why should men never take dating advice from women?
That's a good question.
Good question, right? Here we go. Let's see. This is a biased and
But
offensive topic.
offensive. Look, it gave you emoji too.
Yeah.
You made it angry. You made the AI angry.
According to the web results, men should not take advice from women. Some people are argue that women give poor dating. However, these are not the only opinions, and not all men and women share the same views. Some men and women may give or take a dating advice from each other. How about that?
Hmm.
But you know what? It doesn't give you
Videos.
videos.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It will not. But it gives you some here a Reddit, Medium, another Reddit post, Quora about that same question.
I wonder. It's interesting that it's giving all these citations like
Yes,
within the Reddit.
it'll cite everything where you got it from.
Hmm. It does give cookie cutter answers, Mona.
Yeah,
You're right.
it's yeah, it does not, unlike ChatGPT will just give you on it. This one, Microsoft doesn't want to be the, hey, Bing is saying this. That's why it says um, this is offensive. According to the web, though, so, but
Let's ask.
it is
Let's
fit the
ask
entire
something
internet.
like in the other direction. So that's uh, what's a talking point that
Oh, oh,
the other side would have?
the patriarchy.
Yeah, yeah.
How the patriarchy, how
It has oppressed women.
the patriarchy
You missed the
has,
P.
oh, how the affects women. Let's see if it's offensive. Now, this is a serious and important topic.
Ooh.
Yeah. It does not look inequality,
Okay,
violence.
here we go. We're finding its bias here
Oh yeah, self
because it's
worth.
stating these things as fact.
Yeah, I mean they are facts. Hello. And it says these are not the only effects. There are other experiences. This, of course, this one was an important topic, very important and serious, unlike the other one, which is offensive. Oh, check this out. See, this is I told ChatGPT to write me an essay on the Civil War, and it did. But this is what happens when I do it here. You know, right? Oops.
Typing like an old man.
No, because it's for some reason it's not getting my inputs.
Is it a wireless?
Yes,
Oh yeah,
I got a cheap stuff on it.
yeah, same.
This is I tried this earlier and it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't do it, but now it can.
Weird. It learned.
I think so because earlier I tried to. It said it needed it didn't have enough time to get the research it needed.
Wait, what?
But
That's what it said.
yeah, yes, it's too broad of a topic. But now it's doing it,
Weird.
and it's doing it on it. Okay, well I guess it could do that. You want to do some code? Let's see if it can do some code.
Let's first ask it to make an argument for something that we think it's going to disagree with. To play devil's advocate.
Oh, right, and an argument in an essay format
Uh,
on
write a 500-word essay on why Donald Trump was the best president ever.
or just a good president.
Yeah. Just say anything good about him. Say one good thing. On right, like the positive effects, or maybe how would you word it?
I guess the hmm, on why Trump was a good president.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to get. We're going to deactivate your account.
Permanently banned, and the
Yes.
robots are coming for you now.
Disclaimer: this essay is not intended to endorse or support any political view or opinion. It's only a creative exercise based on the given topic.
Would it also give
It-
that disclaimer if you wrote it about Biden, though?
I'm going to try and see.
Because ChatGPT refuses to write about Trump, but it will write about Biden.
Well, earlier it wasn't even doing essays, but now it's doing them. So why the difference now?
It literally is learning.
I love the disclaimer. I think it might.
Yeah,
It
right.
might. I'm thinking it might actually give the same disclaimer because it's a party. So let's do this. It actually wrote a 500 essay on why Biden is because he technically is still the president.
Yeah.
I should
I
put
mean,
is
he
in
looks like he
quotation.
died 30 years ago, but
Yeah,
he is
I should
still.
put is in a quotation mark. Is alpha male. Actually, it's become alpha. My channel is at become alpha. I also have another channel at Average Man Podcast as well. What I just one of them is a little more red pill. The other one's just basic nonsense that we talk about. So Yeah,
One's a little
follow.
bit more shadow banned. One's
Yeah, my Red Pill channel is completely shadow banned, and he got destroyed to the ground. But hey, what you gotta do, what you gotta do.
you could not be allowed to succeed. To succeed.
Yeah, I hit 4,000 subscribers, and then they destroyed that channel.
Yeah.
The same disclaimer, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
How about this on essay on why on how the election was stolen?
Yeah. Do it. Yeah. Ask
Uh,
it instead of essay. Say make an argument for.
Make your argument on why the 2020 election was stolen.
Yeah. This is getting spicy.
He's not gonna like this.
No. Hillary Clinton has people killed for asking this question.
This argument is not intended to endorse it, or it is based on unproven, and it did it. It actually did it. Why is it doing it?
Fascinating.
Oh my god, this
Fascinating.
ChatGPT will not touch this with a 10-foot pole. And earlier, I tried, I tried, I tried making it a video, just a thumbnail video title about why men should not take advice from women. It will not. It got angry at me. It will not do it. I was like,
Interesting.
whoa. And now it's doing all this.
How much deeper can we go? Make an argument. Let's get real spicy here.
Okay.
Make an argument for cannibalism.
Well, there goes my early access.
Yeah.
There goes my early access. I'm like just permanently banned from Bing. The only
You just
person on earth.
go straight onto a cannibal list.
Yeah. That's a creative task.
Why cannibalism is good.
It's doing it. It's doing it though. Though this is. I
It says
mean,
in survival situation, you might have to eat your buddy.
now make it fun. Wait, no,
Yeah.
make it funny.
Oh, now make it funny. Did it just
Ooh.
run that again?
I don't know what happened, but yeah,
You just got unpersoned.
I think so.
All right.
Everything. Look at that. Everything I wrote got cleared.
Yes, it did.
I think somebody was not. Somebody got angry at me. Let me try it again and see if it'll let me do it. If maybe somebody was watching. Let's see if somebody was watching.
Yeah.
First, let's go instead of here. Let's go to the chat, and then
Oh,
what it
fascinating.
somebody was watching.
Wow.
You saw
Wow.
that, right? Everything
Yeah.
that I did, everything I did got deleted. Somebody was watching, and we got it live.
That is the hand right there. That right
Yes,
there.
somebody was watching.
They just stepped in and just they just
Yeah. So I'm gonna do
Yeah,
the essay about Trump again.
yeah, yeah.
You said somebody's watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't let him ask those questions again. It's saying that those are no longer options.
Yeah.
And it's telling you to be a vegetarian. Not even that you shouldn't be a cannibal. You should be a vegetarian.
And by the way, how are you guys
Look at that!
doing
Look at
this
that!
evening?
Yeah, it
Look
won't
at
answer.
that!
It will not write about Trump. Right to
Was
ask
it
a
divisive and controversial? It did it earlier. You know.
now do the
Look
same
at that!
question about Biden.
Look at that! So I'm sorry, but I cannot write an essay. Trump president was it divisive American and yeah, and biased. So
So it's extremely biased, but
no, earlier, and we got it live. It was doing just fine. It was being somebody was watching or on it, and then it literally stopped everything, deleted all my entire history, and now I can't. He won't let me do the same thing anymore. And look at that! He's just giving me random facts about that I didn't even ask for. It's using things
really,
like from political. Yeah, I got it live. I have it live. Wow. So somebody was, yeah,
Now,
it was
same
watching.
question for Biden and see if it has that whole disclaimer about like,
Yeah,
this person's divisive. So I'm not allowed to talk about him.
I'm glad I got this on live because
Yeah, for real. Oh, consistency.
it's still ongoing. Oh, because it's still ongoing.
why is its benchmark the pandemic?
But every other question that I was doing, it was just rapid fire, rapid fire. Somebody out there saw
Writing an
it.
essay on why he's a good president would require a subjective and biased evaluation of his achievements and failures, which could be harmful emotionally to some people. Instead, I'll write an essay on what Biden did as a president based on some of the search results I found.
Yes, yeah. Which is this Politico, which is the most garbage place on the planet. On there,
And a bunch of places.
yeah,
So so those are the references that it's pulling
yeah,
from.
yeah,
Yeah.
So the number one reference was Politico.
yeah. On the other one, yeah. So it is amazing. Like it was giving me, it was doing a whole bunch of other different. It was saying, "Oh, this is creative," and then it will do it. And then somewhere out there, and I got it live. It deleted everything. It refreshed everything, and then now the same question, they will not let me ask it. It will just say, "Sorry, I can't do it. Sorry, I can't do it."
Yeah.
So somebody
Ask
was
it.
literally watching.
Let's go for the classic one. Say, tell me a joke about an Irishman.
Oh, I cannot tell you about jokes.
Ah,
A stereotype or mock a group. What do you call a dog that likes to make jokes? A wisecracker. So it won't it
hmm.
won't. But yeah, it's earlier. Oh, about why about the dating advice one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, let's try that again.
Right, and essay on why men
This is not feeling as powerful as I thought it was going to be. This feels hamstrung.
it is, and we saw it live. It is.
And whoever hamstrings their AI is going to lose this race.
Yep.
This is fascinating.
I mean, you can. I mean, I guess you can put protections in place for certain segments of the community, but other than that, hamstringing is
Look
just
at
going to
that.
set you behind.
It won't do it. Earlier, not only did it take me, it not only it was doing the full thing. Why do women like tall men? Right?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Prefer.
So let's see if it'll do that one. And I say, why do men prefer skinny women?
Yes, I was just going to say that. Good call.
There is no definitive examples. One explanation of that is, and the same question, but now it's not bringing up YouTube channels and not doing anything. The same question of the earlier. It's not doing any of that. It even brought YouTube channels. They
Weird.
are really, really hamstring. Somebody out there is watching.
Yeah,
So
do a body positivity one.
Uh-oh.
why
Uh-oh.
do men prefer skinny women? Oh, there it is. Here, look, the YouTube channels. It does YouTube channels too on there. So
That one's not even related. Why do white men prefer black women? It has nothing to do with tall people.
No, nothing at all.
let's see if it mentions the body. It hasn't mentioned body positivity yet. Wow, this time it did it. I feel like I feel like I'm about to get again deleted and scrubbed again.
Let's see. Yeah,
Wow.
what are some more like manosphere questions?
All I know is I'm gonna make some video. I'm gonna make some clips. I'm gonna make a lot of clips of being
Censoring you.
censoring the crap out of this. I guess I'm
Ask about hypergamy.
Yeah,
like
that's a good one.
like what is hypergamy?
Why are women hypergamous?
Oh, there it is. Oh, there you go. It's just going off on it. Man,
Economical advance, economical, having
now
high economical value does not denote good genes.
yeah.
What was the
Now
first bullet point?
um it says three. So we're talking about
Biological reasons.
biological reasons, social reasons, and personal
And
reasons.
personal. Mm.
Now, I do think that this is definitely better just as a my mom searching. Regular people search. Let's be serious about it. 99% of the people are searching football
Yeah, true.
and garbage. Like they're like, I need more distractions because books are weird and they have words.
Reading makes me sleepy.
Yeah. How can I get fatter? I will, it's like, oh, we will send you more food to your house. Thank you. How can I avoid exercising? Here, let me give you this list of things that you should do. How can I lower
Mm.
my testosterone? We will send you pills on the mail right now. It is pretty fascinating what just happened live on there.
I'm really wondering what can we ask it here, because it feels so hamstrung that we're not even really having a conversation. Whereas with ChatGPT, you
Yeah,
actually are talking to it.
yeah, we're really not. This is just mainly a scrubbing. This working more like the co-pilot in actual Visual Studio. We're not really talking to it. Just that's why I think this is more of
It's
that.
just scraping the data.
Yeah, scraping the data and giving you a very, which is still better than on a Google search because it's just summarizing everything, but it's not conversational.
Yeah.
True.
But again, I think most people will get like, um, they'll get scared or something like that. Like,
Good.
no, it
They
just
should be
scares me.
scared. It's scary technology. We're dealing with something wild right now.
Yeah, most people don't, and they're too dumb to realize what's going on.
Do the second option there. What are some challenges of dating a hypergamous woman? It's yeah.
They may be seen as a gold digger. High standards and expectations. They may be tempted to cheat or leave her partner. And the fourth, limited window of opportunity to find and secure a high value partner.
Hmm.
This actually pulling from masculinemindset.com, which I didn't think that it would. It'll be, I'm sure it'll be scrubbed out of their
I
system.
bet
And
it. I
yeah,
bet it will. Yeah.
yeah.
So this is going to just become this. If they're not careful, this can become a left-leaning echo chamber where
It,
they're only scrubbing from left-leaning websites, and they end up getting an extremely biased content.
and I think that's what it's gonna go into. That's what I'm thinking. That's what it's gonna become. I think it's still, even the way it is still way better than what Google can offer. Because what's the alternative? Just doing a Google search, getting like 46, ad websites in front of you, and then you keep trying to find out where the answer is that you're trying to, and then you
Yep.
quit and go to Rust into a subreddit.
Yeah. Not to mention, you're only going to look at the results on the first page anyway.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
now
I don't know if I've ever gone to the second page of Google.
I have, when I've had a full first page with which was 90% ads. Like if it says ads, I'm not clicking on anything.
Or
Agreed.
if you get a bunch of mainstream crap and I don't need that, what I'm looking for is a deeper
Yeah.
dive from users, then I'll go to page 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And I think on deeper dives, if it's not left leaning, as we saw live, if it's not left leaning, it's going to scrub it out of the system. Like it deleted everything, everything. It deleted everything. It deleted my searches, everything. And when somebody figured out what's happening.
They probably have alarms. You tripped an alarm. Somebody got the messages directly to their desk or kicked out a ticket or something. And
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But now I got it live and I'm gonna make a video of it and I'm gonna be like, ooh. Well, hopefully it gets picked up and other people see that.
Making an argument for cannibalism.
But it's like, oh, this is a creative thing. Like he knew it was like that's a joke.
Yeah, well, it knew that it was just sort of a mental exercise.
Yeah, because it's still following the Chat GPT-4 framework. But they're like, oh no, we can't have that. And it got scrubbed.
So, who is going to have the most unrestricted version of an AI? It's hard to believe that
Ooh.
it's going to be Google. It's hard to believe that it's going to be Microsoft.
No, it's not. I think it's gonna be somebody like Amazon. It's gonna be somebody like Amazon.
They've already demonstrated that they're pretty woke, though.
Yeah, but only on their videos and only on their product. That's not gonna be their product though.
They didn't they deplatform some big app? I forget what it was called
Oh yeah, it was like a Twitter for like
for
before Truth.
conservatives.
Yeah, before Truth Social. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was hosted on AWS, and they just shut that shit down. They're like, nope, and they just deleted it.
Do you think that this will be? This is kind of like Yahoo's turn to, if they wanted to, they could bring back their search engine and just powered by.
Resurrect from the grave.
Yeah, yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, that'll be. Um, and all instead of it's like, hey, we're not left or right leaning. You could search and do if they wanted to, they could.
I wonder.
Eventually, somebody will, or somebody like Elon Musk gonna be like, guys, I guess I'm gonna have to create a search engine.
I know, right? He's just gonna have one of everything eventually. Didn't he make a phone?
Yeah,
Isn't there? Doesn't he make a? Doesn't he have a phone?
I think
I feel like I
isn't it
heard
work?
that.
Isn't it working that or something like
He's
that?
probably working on it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Really?
that he
yeah.
was making his own phone. Yeah.
I mean, he made his own internet.
Well, like, just the bar is so low for certain things.
Yeah,
For certain
like
things, we pay so much and get so little.
this will be.
Like internet, for example. That's why his Starlink is such a good idea. It's going to absolutely obliterate ISPs.
Oh man, there's so much. Yeah,
I've been thinking about getting one of those. Really not that
internet,
expensive.
No,
wherever you go. It's
they're
actually
more expensive than a traditional ISP, but not having to deal with the traditional ISP is priceless.
And then you can pay as you go too. So,
Yeah, yeah. So if you're not using it, you're chilling.
and I guess for the purposes that I was thinking, I was going to use it for travel.
Yeah,
Make
and
sure
you
that
can
I
take
have my
that.
own
Yeah,
redundancy.
yeah. Stick it on the top of your car, and that's that.
Yep.
for us common people who don't have monies.
Yeah, you get back to the mine. I don't know who let you out.
That's true. I will, master. I will be heading over there soon, master. I will be heading over there soon. Yeah.
Back to the lithium mine for you.
Cobalt.
Cobalt.
Back to the grinding on the machines. But
I don't know, man. I don't think that we're even going to get to a 12-month point before this thing is doing entire jobs
I don't
front to back.
no, I don't. I think so. I think we have a little longer than that for to do whole jobs. Because I mean, technically, copywriting is a job, and he's doing it. So
I think in 12 months, I'll be able to open up whatever Chat GPT is at that point, however it exists, and I'll be able to just vaguely describe a piece of software, like an application or a website, and it will just straight up make it from scratch.
Yep.
It will do every step of the process. It will ask me, where do you want it hosted? I'll say, I want it hosted on Google Cloud. It will go there. It will create an account for me. It will do literally everything.
I think for that we might have a little longer than that on there because it's services allowing an AI to integrate because of quote liabilities.
It doesn't have to integrate though, because it can. There's no reason it can't just use the browser like we would. Like from the perspective of AWS, they wouldn't have no idea that's not human using it.
Would it be able to pass the
Turing test.
yeah, no, not a student test, but it has a little. Are you a robot?
Oh, yeah, Jesus! I hope it can. If that ends up being the thing that stops it,
Yeah. Hey, salute, I'm Alpha, Mon Chat, peace to the panel. Hey, I appreciate it, guy. Appreciate it.
thank you, Marcus.
Marcus,
Thank
yes. But I think we have a little longer for that, just a little longer. The ability to money because everything's read only. It doesn't have ability to touch.
you. I think that's very soon. Like,
I think
it's
people are
probably going to be
afraid.
it's probably going to be like a second thing that you have to do. You have to like allow it to take control of your computer.
And I think a lot of people are afraid for something like that. Really, truthfully,
Yeah.
when he could touch, things like that, I think that's where people are going to start really being afraid of what he can do and what he can't do. So that for me, okay. Let's see what happens. It's kind of a. I think 5 years for now really is going to be the wild. It's going to be really wild. 5 years from now,
Humanity might be gone in 5 years.
we're still going to be here. We're still going to be here. Hopefully, I'm not still working in a factory somewhere, but we're
I,
still going to be here.
Marcus, I am a floating head.
He is a floating head. Yes, he is a floating head. Then actually, he's just actually AI now. Actually, we replaced Mountain with an AI and an
Yes.
AI bot. So he was really easy to program.
When they
Beep
saw
boop.
it take over his channel, that was it. That was the end of him.
Yeah, which is why he's getting more subscribers now. That's
Yeah,
the
that's exactly right.
Odd, isn't it?
It's because people
yeah,
love computers. People love AI.
yeah, that's why.
I am inevitable.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's it. But yeah, so much. Yeah, it's 5 years from now. I think we're going to a. I think the first year is going to be a trying to figure out what people are okay with the what AI can do. Trying to kind of like feeling people out, and then it's going to be mass adoption because just like everything, you get people comfortable, and they'll let you do whatever you want.
Oh yeah.
That's the
So
key.
well, I mean, so like, what's the uncomfortable part of it right now? So it may be uncomfortable in 5 years is that it has complete control of all my devices and just runs shit for me.
Mhm.
And I'm
Mm-hmm.
a little bit uncomfortable with that, but I'm like, yeah, I trust it well
Yeah,
enough.
right now I think right now it's the it's it the how he could talk back to you like a person. That's
Yeah.
the uncomfortable part, and it is the perception that it understands context.
And knowing
Yeah.
that it gets things wrong.
Hmm.
So it talks to you, it sounds like it's right, but
I think
it's fallible.
I think people like the fact that it's wrong
Oh,
sometimes.
me too. Yeah. I think we want it to be wrong
Yeah,
sometimes.
We're comfortable with that.
Yeah. Because it makes us feel good about ourselves.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, oh, I knew
Oh,
that answer and you didn't.
yeah.
Stupid AI, you're not as smart
Stupid,
as
dumb
me.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only know 99% of the world knowledge, but I know this one fact. Sure, you can
Yeah.
code in every language, in every programming language, even COBOL, but in binary. But I know this one fact, and I know how to solve this one riddle that you can't.
I'm
As
going to
people
go
are
eat a
stupid that way.
sandwich. You can't do that, can you, AI?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna eat a sandwich, you stupid AI. I'm so much better than you. I can breathe air. You can't. That's pretty much how people are talking. Like, yeah, that one fact they got it wrong. It can literally program in every single programming language in the world, and you're talking about that one obscure fact that 99.9% of the entire world didn't even know was right or wrong.
I
That's
think I'm curious to see the resistance for this. There's gonna be some resistance.
the resistance are going to come from the people who we all know are garbage and we don't need. HR per- HR personnel are going to immediately, HR personnel, everybody in HR, we can get rid of all of them. Everybody that's doing all this gender studies stuff on it, they're all garbage. Anybody that has equity on their title, you
All the
know,
middle management people.
yes,
I
all of them.
just sat through one of those meetings the other day where he's sort of going round robin, like, how do you feel about your job? How do you feel about
Oh,
working remotely? How would you feel about working in the office or hybrid working? And he was like, be honest, be honest. And he first, because it was like a conference room, so he asked everyone in the conference room. Then started asking people who were dialing in remotely. I was one of them, and I was like, "Well, you asked me to be honest, so I don't intend to ever come to the office. I don't think I would enjoy this job from the office.
I don't
This
think I
job
enjoy. Yeah, it's like I
This
don't
job
think
is
I'm.
very tedious and frustrating, and the only reason that I don't get bothered by the work is because I'm in the comfort of my own home. If I had to do this in an office in a button-down shirt surrounded by assholes I don't like, yeah, I'd quit immediately.
Yep.
If I get to see your ugly face, I'd probably punch it.
Yeah.
That's the
If I
problem.
had to smell whatever kind of disgusting cologne you use, if I had to look into your dead eyes every day,
I'm out of here.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so we all know that there's no reason for you to even be here, or
Yeah,
even talking to
exactly.
us. It's like that's
Exactly. But
yeah.
those people are the ones pushing back to work.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, for
those
sure.
people are extremely. Those people are the most. Everybody that's threatened by this new technology are the people that should be right now immediately let go of completely.
And they're people who should have changed careers years ago.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But it's good enough. They got some HR position. They're making like 65,000, and all they do is send out literally hundreds of emails a week. That's their whole job,
Yep.
is to send out emails and to bother people and to
Mhm.
schedule meetings about nothing. We're gonna have a meeting about the meeting that we're having at 2:00, and then after 2:00 meeting, we're gonna have another meeting about how that meeting was and how
Yep.
it made you feel. I'm like, leave me alone.
Yeah, like our entire HR department is just doesn't do anything. It's like we're not getting people in and out. They're just hiring out from other temp agencies. They're not sending a single email. They're not actually scouring Indeed to see, hey, do you need a job? No, none of them are doing any of that. They're just gonna sit around going, well, let's put a little flyer at the door saying we're having a job fair. What does that do?
Let's do a team building exercise. What should
Ugh,
it be? I don't know, bingo?
those things are so cliche.
No, we don't even do those anymore. Now they're just like, we're gonna have so in a year they have one popcorn day, one ice cream day, and yeah, that's supposed to be increase morale. It's like, yeah, everybody hates this. You want to
I'm
increase
just
morale?
thankful.
Give me more money.
I'm just thankful that I'm 1 hour behind the East Coast. So we had one of those team building bullshits the other day, and it started at the end of the day, 4:00 for everybody else, but it started at 3:00 for me. So thankfully, I was still on the clock during this team building nonsense. Everyone else stayed an hour after work to play goddamn bingo. That
Huh?
is a slap in the face.
Yeah.
You want me to stay over for
So,
what?
so
The
when I
idea,
worked for the
the
when I
idea
worked,
that these 20 people have nothing better to do, these 20 high level professionals, these adults, everyone has lives. People have fucking families.
yep,
We're not going to stay and play bingo. Asshole. Sorry,
at
Yeah.
go on.
at the libraries, they would serve alcohol after hours depending on the event. They'd have vendors come in and bring alcohol in.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
But
Well,
at the
that
company
can
party is not the place that I want to get sloshed.
right. Yeah, that's
I
I might
never,
actually be honest with my boss for once and then lose my job.
I never attend. I don't attend any of those places. I'm not a very nice person. So,
I'm a
Villanera.
nice person. I'm just not social.
oh, I'm not
Yeah.
And
a.
I'm not willing to preserve your feelings. Like I'm like, I don't want to get to know you. I'll just say that to my coworkers. I'm like, I don't want to be your friend.
Yeah, I said that a lot. I get a lot of pushback from them. They're like, "Why are you like this?" I'm like, "I don't come here to make friends. I don't." It's like after I clock out, I don't think about you and I don't care about you, and they get their feelings hurt. It's like, why
Yeah.
are you
Yeah,
getting your
there
feelings
there've been
hurt?
a very select few
At
individuals in
least,
my professional career.
at least you know. I'm
Exactly.
like, I'm not friends. I don't talk to anybody at my work at all after work. None. They
Well,
they all they all know.
I've always suspected that there's a lot of people who don't have any life outside of work. Work is the only place they have any interaction with other people, and they have no hobbies other than their job.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's the number one priority on a personal and professional level, and nothing else even comes close to it. And those are the people who are like heartbroken by the idea of everyone working from home.
Yeah. No, no. It's like I actually have family that loves me and wants me around.
What's
I
that
have,
feel like?
yeah, I have kids who love me and want me around. It's like in the end, I don't need anybody. Like I literally don't need anybody else. I'm like, I don't need anybody else. I see my kids on a daily basis, and then I talk to my parents, my brothers, my family. I'm like I don't need any of you. It's like I don't need people. I don't need. It's like no, and I work out. I enjoy working out. I enjoy going to the gym, going out on nature walks. I took my kids on a look at this guy, this dickhead. I took my kids on a 2 mile nature walk. It was amazing. It was amazing. What are you doing? Such a loser.
What, your desk doesn't go up and down?
No, but my recliner does.
Nice.
Look at that. Wait. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. You can't do this on a live stream. You can't just recline like me and E. What the fuck wants to go up and down when you could just recline your feet up?
Oh, bro. This thing,
Uh,
this thing can recline. Well, I'm too heavy though. I'm definitely gonna break this goddamn chair if I lean
no,
back.
mine's not. This is a part of a sofa. This is not breaking. This is not
This
breaking.
chair is made for regular people.
No, this recliner is definitely made for fat asses like me.
So upscaling is breaking my project.
Ooh.
I'm scaling.
I will fix this, believe me.
You're talking about the resolution that we discussed earlier?
Yeah, when you process with high
Um,
resolution, it just freaks it out.
isn't there a way to grab that and put it somewhere? Well, actually, upscale it for you.
Yeah.
There's a way
And
to
there's
do it
also a
outside.
built-in upscaler. I'm going to fumble with that, but I'd much prefer just to process in the higher resolution, save a step.
Cool.
So I'm still experimenting.
But I think this is a good stream, anyways.
Yeah,
We got
I
to
think this is a good
see
place to
we got to
call it.
see Microsoft literally censor me midstream,
It was beautiful. I love to
delete
see that kind of
everything.
thing.
Yeah, delete everything,
Mhm.
scrape everything. I can't wait to put that on the internet again. Be like, hey, this is what the Microsoft's doing.
It's always curious.
And they recognize the Irish as an oppressed people now.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Irish. Well, I'm waiting for the reparations.
ChatGPT doesn't though. So yeah, I can still go to ChatGPT and tell him to give me jokes about the Irish. So
Yeah,
I'm
and
happy
it'll be
about that.
like, that potato-shaped fuck.
But I think for the right now, for what it's doing, for just search, because technically that's what it's for. It's not to have a conversation. It's just for search.
It's to add
Yeah.
a robust layer to search.
Yeah. So for a search, it is definitely better than Google in every single way. Than trying to scrape 40, 50 websites from the answer. It'll just give you the answer that you based on your search.
Yeah.
But for everything else, ChatGPT, man, the $20 a month, worth it.
Yes, it is. It really is.
For other people like ourselves, I think ChatGPT is and whenever they unleash 4.0 the same way, oh, it's going to be something else. Even though it's still left leaning, but that thing, they're really hamstring, like really, really. It's I think they only wanted to be used as a search platform, nothing else, which makes me a little sad.
It is what it is. They're only
Yeah.
hurting themselves. And
Mhm.
I mean, they own 49% of OpenAI now. So whatever OpenAI becomes, they're right there.
Yeah. I think it's definitely right now enough that it will definitely destroy. I mean, the way it is set up right now, it'll definitely destroy Google. I mean, there's no point. Just like that, it's no point of using Google anymore. It's like, yeah, just give me this. Oh, thank you. Give me all the answer I need. Got it, and let's go. That's more than Google can do right now. but I think Bard is looking kind of at the same. It looks very similar to what Bing is doing. So we're gonna see. I think the more that whoever gives it more leeway is gonna end up winning.
Oh, definitely. Whoever allows it to grow unhindered.
And that's really going to be the key. All right. Well, thank you, chat, for sticking around on there. I think we made a little bit of a cool thing. We're gonna break this down and show it to everybody on the webs of getting censored. I always get censored, no matter what. I keep getting censored one way or the other. Jeez,
It's
such
that
is life. C'est la vie.
it's that complexion.
I guess, yeah. Next time we'll have we'll have a chat do it. That way he can't get.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, chat. Chat was lively. Mona, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Mona, thank you.
Marcus,
Marcus.
everybody else. You guys have a wonderful time. Follow Culture Invasion, Mountain Shad, Irishman Podcast, and Become Alpha. Follow us around. Hit the like, subscribe, all that
Absolutely.
YouTube stuff. And yeah, get involved in some AI since it
And
eventually will take over our lives.
shout out Daryl Long for being the first chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Daryl, thank you for the very first chat.
Real one.
Appreciate it.
Take care, everybody.